All right, welcome to another episode, a birthday episode of Ghetto Antiques Roadshow. So today's my birthday. I am opening up my presents all by myself because I guess nobody wants to be with me. Put the pity emoji in the comments below. I'm all by myself on my birthday. And it really doesn't matter anyway. All right, so this got a bid war. The last second I sniped this, won this at 2 seconds. You can see my sniping video. And people bid high for this. I don't know why. I just got started collecting these sort of items. And, oh, there's tape on there. And I was wondering why it went for so high. But I put an amount in there just so I could win anyway. And I'm not really good at this yet. So, yeah, I guess we'll find out, like, how good this thing really is. Oh, wow. All right. Interesting. All right, so the sun is actually shining in here right now. So this is a good time to show you this. All right, so what we got here is, let's try to hold it up in the sun. There we go. You can see it's carved really nicely as a cameo. And I just got into these cameos. I don't know why. I sort of like them suddenly. Let's turn it around. And on the back, it says sterling. It's sterling silver. It has an early 20th century catch or mid 20th century type of catch system on it. It has a bail, so you can turn it into a necklace. I am going to shine it up with some Simichrone. And I don't know how old it is, and I don't know what type of stone it's made out of. Now, you can see the carving is actually very good. Let's get a close-up. Now, the better the carving, the more their value is. And believe it or not, people always, who collect these, actually try to find the earlier ones. They try to look for the earlier ones with unique reliefs on them. It doesn't always have to be a goddess, like a Roman or Greek goddess. And I'm trying to get the sun to hit it just right. Oh, crap. Hold on a second. Okay, we can see this carving now. Okay, so people look for the earlier pieces. I'm talking Georgian, Victorian, Regency era, and pretty much like the early 20th century. We're having a glove snafu. Here we go. And they're generally looking for high carved relief and different types of stones. Now, these were actually made out of shell, most of them. Some of them were made out of mother of pearl. Some of them were made out of hard stone. Some of them were made even out of lava. And most of these were made in Italy. A lot of people, when they went to Italy to actually tour Italy, especially during the Victorian era and before the Victorian era, they would bring back from Italy one of these cameos. Some people even had their own portraits actually carved into relief. Now, people are always looking for the unusual type of cameos, meaning ones facing left. Those are rarer. Doesn't bring up the value that much. They're looking for pastoral scenes, biblical scenes. They're looking for self-portraits of actual living people. The goddesses are the most common. So we have here the goddess. I'm trying to figure out which goddess this is. It looks like she has some kind of wheat in her hair. So I'm going to guess, and I'm going to probably pronounce this incorrectly, but I'm guessing this is Sarah. C-E-R-A, Sira, or Sarah, or Demeter, and or Demeter, and that was like the goddess of like some kind of like things with growing plants and the harvest and the earth and stuff like that. So what I'm liking about this brooch right away is this leaf on top. That's unusual. I've never seen another one with a leaf on top. Again, showing you that this is like an earthly type of goddess. We have that design. It almost looks Art Nouveau in a way. We also have this yellowy golden color. Now, generally, I don't see too many of these in this like pale yellow or golden color. I'm trying to show you in the light. There we go. Now you can see it better. And we're also seeing different colors. Now, no, that's not rust. That's actually from carving the shell. Now, the more expensive and valuable ones were actually carved out of carnelian. And I'm hoping that this is carnelian. But I know carnelian mostly came in reds, and almost like a pinkish type of orangey color. And but I don't know what kind of stone this is. Now I'm going to hold this up to my skin. If you place the stone, now there's a lot of fakes out there. There's resin, plastic, there's celluloid ones. So you got to be very, very careful. Glass. So I'm going to place it up to my cheek, and if it feels cool to the touch, it's generally a real shell. Yes, it feels cool to the touch. This is really, really heavy, and it's because it's a solid sterling silver. How old is it? Well, you can generally, I don't want to break it. You can generally tell, well, if you're not an expert, the older ones would have like a flat tube hinge with 3 little pieces, and this back piece here, this hinge, would be soldered on. Generally towards the late Victorian era, just as the 20th century started, they started to make these rounder hinges here. The earlier ones were actually hand done, and the later ones, like from the teens to the 20s and on, probably the 20s and on, would have actually have been like mass produced by a machine. So I'm trying to tell, I can't really tell if this is mass produced, machine made, or handmade. That's very hard. Now also, the earlier ones would have had a C catch. It would be shaped like a letter C. I don't know if you can see here we have a safety catch. So this is telling me again that this is not Victorian, and this is most likely from the teens through, I'm going to say, probably the 30s. Very hard to tell. If you're a cameo expert, please tell me in the comments below. The bail does not look very Victorian to me, although I could be wrong. But this is a really solid, heavy piece, and I'm so glad to have won it. Again, look at this gorgeous color. If you know what kind of shell this was carved in, or if it was actually hardstone, I would really love to know. Although I do think it is a shell. Let's see this color. It's like a lemony golden yellow almost, unless I'm colorblind. Now look at this raised relief carving. That's another thing. The better the carving with the more detail, the more value. And again, even the 20th century ones from the 50s, 60s, 70s and on, the better the carving, the more value. The higher the relief, the more value. Also, you could tell a fake if it's completely flat. So if this was completely flat, you see how we have a curve here? That's how you can tell it's actually hand carved and was not molded, like molded plastic or molded glass. You do see a curve here. So I'm going to have to say, I don't know how exactly old this is. I'm going to guess probably Edwardian to the 20s and 30s. It was a great buy. It was a great birthday present. And once again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys all soon. And yeah, I'm going to shine this up like a new penny with some Simichrone and like a silver polishing rag, and turn this actually into a necklace. I have an actual silver chain that I'm going to place this on, and hopefully I'll get to wear it soon, and maybe this will come back in style. So long. Hopefully I'll see you guys all soon, God willing.